Wow.
Yeah.
We just zoomed out fast right there. Hey, everybody. It's Destiny Fox, along with my handsome husband, Michael.
Hey, everybody.
And our manager, Ronnie, is here with us tonight.
Hey, everybody.
Ronnie Britt. We just call him Big Ronnie. I just call him Bubba.
Yeah,
But it's good
Bubba.
to have him with us tonight. It's rare he gets to do a podcast with us. It's the first time you've done one like this since we've been on the web with the new live stream option. Michael moved, so it's just us. Bubba.
Right.
Here you go.
We lost Michael.
We lost Michael because he moved. I've told him not to move.
I was trying to fix my chair.
He won't listen to me. But we are so stoked about. I don't know how you're gonna get it.
We're back on this
You're
way.
gonna move out.
Hey,
There you go. You're coming back. You're coming back.
Slowly. There you are.
there we are.
Yay! Don't move again.
There you is.
Anyway, it is so good to be back on the air. We've had to miss a couple of weeks. So, just life happens. We've been doing all kinds of stuff. Michael and I have taken on 2 foster children. And Lord have mercy, what were we thinking? We have a 7-year-old little girl and a 10-year-old little boy. And they are the most precious things. They keep something going all the time. They keep me on my toes. I promise you, they really, really do. But these are children we've known in the past as well, so they're familiar with us and familiar with their surroundings, and
Yeah.
we love them so much. Matter of fact, little girl's wanting to come to Deep South Comic Con. She said, "Can I go to the Deep South Comic and it was just, I was like. I don't think we're going to a place named that, baby. Maybe.
No.
It was so funny, her trying to say Deep South Comic Con. She just could not get it out. But who knows? I might break down and bring her. I don't know. We'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. We have the Deep South Comic Con. We're going to be there. And it is September. Why do I always have to look for this?
I don't know.
I can't never remember the dates. It's September the 14th and the 15th.
Yes.
We're going down on the 12th, the Friday before.
That'd be the 13th.
That'll be 13th.
Duh. Yeah, we're going down. We're going down on the 13th, and
Friday 13th.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
It'll be Friday 13th.
Friday 13th.
Oh my goodness, we're going to Ozark on Friday the 13th.
Now, is that not paranormal?
That is
Exactly.
creepy. I'm
Right
telling
out
you,
of the
that's
Twilight Zone.
creepy. But we're going to be there, and we hope if you guys are planning on attending that you'll come by our booth and say hello. And we've got some cool merch that we're going to have on the table. All kind of necklaces. We have some Halloween necklaces. We've got hearts. I don't know. We've got some Jack Skeleton ones too. I think we've got all kind of cool little things.
Big assortment.
Yeah, we have a large.
Destiny's been
assortment.
working really hard getting the inventory back up.
Mm-hmm.
She's found some really cool stuff. I think everybody's going to enjoy it.
I think so too. I think so. I'm excited. And if you're not looking to buy something, please come by and talk to us anyway. We love chatting with you. We'll also have a haunted object with us from the TV show that aired on Hulu, Repossessed. It'll be airing on History Channel and Stack TV. It'll be able to be streamed. And that is September the 6th. Be sure to catch Michael and myself and Michelle Perez on season 1, episode 2. And we're hoping for season 2.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to see that gang out.
Oh, yeah.
Doing some more filming. Also, speaking of Repossessed, heartfelt condolences go out to Lee Triana and Matthew Brown on the passing of Lee's mother. I think it happened Wednesday. last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very heartbreaking news. We've met her. Very sweet lady, very talented. Um, and I know it's hard on that family. So remember Lee and her husband Matthew in your prayers and their family for this. It really broke my heart when I saw it on Facebook. It really, really did. Lee and Matt will be at Deep South Paracomic Con. They're also leading some workshops too. And I think your best bet to get in on those is to order your tickets from the website. I think they're like $15 maybe. I always guess too low or too high, but go check it out for yourself. It's going to be an amazing adventure. We're looking forward to it.
And we'd love seeing everybody.
Yes.
We send lots of love and prayers to Lee and Mark and the family. And we hope you know that they learn to deal with this. It's a tough situation to go through. But yeah, we would love to see everybody at the Paracon. We'll be at the table. We're going to be walking around. We're going to be talking to everybody. We're just going to be having a good old time.
Absolutely. So what else is happening, Michael?
What else is happening? Well, we are going to have a wedding.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Who's getting married?
I heard it's Michael and Destiny.
Are they doing it again?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
Didn't you learn for the first time?
Now I got to do it better.
Gotcha.
No, things happen in a marriage and you drift apart sometimes. And, we just feel like we have a strong connection with each other, stronger than it's ever been.
Yes, we do.
And so, you sure are short tonight, baby.
It's this chair. Somebody
Yeah, I
took
noticed
my
that.
chair out of here and left this little office chair.
Okay.
I noticed that. Small, medium, large.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody swiped my chair.
I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to share this around a little bit to some of our pages. Give me just a second here.
But that the Paracon is going to be so cool. We've been every year since Stan and Teresa, W.E.B.B Paranormal's been putting this on, and it's just getting better every year. They work so hard at this. They start literally
A year.
a
They started I think they started planning this before the Paracon was even over.
I think they did
last year.
too. I think they started
Because
planning
they
this
were
year before
already
last year's was
talking
over.
about it.
Yeah, they put
They
a lot of
put-
time, a lot of money, a lot of hard work into this.
Yes,
And,
they do.
Please come on out, and show your love and appreciation.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
I think I heard through the grapevine that there's 4 more vendor spots available, at least 4. And so, you guys, I'm going to give some people time from our page to jump on. I sent a couple of messages out today to some people who said I might be interested in that. So, we're going to try to fill up those vendor spots. And I'm still sharing this because I want everybody to see this. Here we go.
It's going to be good, and I think everybody will have a good time and enjoy, the weekend. We'll be there all weekend, and we can't wait to see everybody. A lot of our old friends are going to be there, coming back again this year.
Yes.
So we get to reconnect with a lot of people that, we've connected with in the past, and, really have a good time. And we'll be talking paranormal. We'll be talking, about Bigfoot, aliens, anything under the umbrella of paranormal. And speaking of Bigfoot, we were watching a thing on the television the other night, and they were talking about Bigfoot. And this one witness was describing how they saw Bigfoot and how it was walking. And it made me think, like a gorilla type walk.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started doing some reading on it. And a lot of witnesses are describing the same thing across, not only across the United States, but Bigfoot, in Russia has had a lot of Bigfoot sightings. Up in Alaska, Canada has had a lot of Bigfoot sightings. But, they're a little bit different. Like when you get up into the colder regions, some people have described Bigfoot of having white fur covering, which could be a frost maybe or snow into their fur. And it just appears to be white.
Well, that's a thought.
Yeah.
That's a thought. A friend of mine sent me a TikTok video of an explorer, and I can't remember his name, Wood Coffee or something like that. But I can't remember, but it had something about wood and then coffee. And I don't know. I'll have to post the link. But he does some adventures, and some lady had called him and said that in her house, that she and her daughter were outside a good 40 minutes, and like they were hearing noises out there, and
Yeah.
I think he said that she'd caught a glimpse of something maybe outside.
Yeah. When we were listening to the story, I think she caught a glimpse of it. The way I understood the story, she had bought some property. And when she went out to her property, she did find footprints that was unexplainable that came from the wood line to the edge of the property. And then he went on telling the story on how he was told from her what happened. And her and her daughter was in the house. And this
They went up into the attic to take some boxes.
Yeah. And they started hearing sounds. And they not only saw what appeared to be, a Bigfoot or a Sasquatch, depending on what, country you're in.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, in the United States, everybody calls it Bigfoot. I think Russia, they call it Sasquatch. I think up in Europe, it's Sasquatch. But they also described a young one, about 4 foot tall, was with them.
Like a family. There
Yeah, it
was
was like a
3 of
family
them.
of them.
They actually heard these things come in the front door.
Yeah.
They heard them walking through the house. They ended up outside the doorway to the attic, and through the cracked door they could see them. They saw them, and she said that she heard her daughter back there, and they're trying to be quiet, and not move, and they were afraid that the little one, the 4 foot tall one, well, that's not much shorter than me, but
For a Bigfoot, that would be short.
yeah. The shorter one actually stopped in front of the door, and had it turn around and looked, it would have seen them. So they were very, very grateful that those things didn't see them. They went downstairs, they heard them walking around some more, and then they left. So they stayed like in the attic area until they couldn't hear any more sounds.
Yes.
And they were for certain they had gone. And they ran and jumped in their car and left. There was so much detail added to this story. It's hard really not to believe it. So, and this is North Georgia. And then another friend of mine sent me a map and some pictures of where, not a picture of Bigfoot, but a picture of where it crossed the road.
Yeah.
And, I was reading some of the comments, and they were bringing up about Bigfoot, how a lot of sightings he's seen near railroad tracks, and so it sparked the theory, Bubba, that some of them might be traveling the railroad tracks, because railroad tracks go through wooded areas.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there was so much detail to the story. The way he said they described this to him, it's very hard not to believe.
Yeah, it was very detailed. Now, we've looked at a lot of different Bigfoot stories that's come out, and we used to look at a lot of the photographs that people have allegedly taken of Bigfoot. And the problem I have with most of the photographs is always when they have a photograph of Bigfoot, it's blurry.
It's always blurry.
Or pixelated. But they get a good clear picture of a raccoon.
Yep.
I know. It's almost
30
like,
foot away, they get a good clear picture of it.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
you can
always the
zoom in
Bigfoot.
now and
Yeah.
you can see the craters on the moon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Why can't somebody get a picture of Bigfoot? Come on.
Well, that's my point is, why can't somebody get a good clear picture?
That's right.
Why are every single picture I've ever looked at been blurry or pixelated to a point? I mean, you can see the shape or the outline, but you can't tell anything else.
Or just a little black spot.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe it's because maybe they have some kind of, and I'm just halfway playing when I say this, maybe they have some kind of energy force that automatic blurs cameras. Like, when we've been on investigations where it interfered with our cell phones, it was
Yes.
like,
Yes.
what's wrong with the cell phone? Why is it not working? And some of our equipment, our camcorders, mess up sometimes on an investigation, and you're like, what happened? Just it'll be dead, it'll be on, it'll go dead, and then you're like, well, the battery's dead. That was fast. And you turn it back on, battery's full, and you record from then on.
Yeah.
Maybe there is some kind of energy that just messes with electronics. Who knows? We really don't. Hey, little Ronnie.
It's interesting, one of the things that gentleman talked about, he said he had suggested to the lady, he said something about, well, do you have any trail cams set up? She said, no, we hadn't set up any trail cams. That's always a thought. If you're going to live out in the woods,
Yeah.
I think I would set up a few trail cams just for security purposes, really,
Absolutely.
I would too.
and stuff.
I know I would. One of our top investigators, Ronnie Britt, which is your son, that actually introduced you to us.
Mhm.
He is going to be at Deep South Paracomic Con. And did you guys decide if y'all are coming?
I haven't. I know I'm coming on the 15th. I don't know about the 14th yet.
Okay, awesome. So you guys can meet Big Ronnie, and we call his son Youngblood. That's the name he went by when I met him, so we're gonna keep calling
Stick
him
with it.
Youngblood. Absolutely.
But you're talking about
He's
Bigfoot.
getting up there in age now. His blood ain't that young.
You're talking about Bigfoot. With so many sightings out there, the technology. It's wonder somebody don't have a good clear picture.
I know.
Exactly.
And I've seen so many other pictures of elementals that people's caught, like the Mothman or the Lizard Man, and they're a lot clearer.
Exactly.
But every single photograph I've ever been able to pull up on Bigfoot has been blurry or unrecognizable.
Except for one. We were watching, and it was standing by a tree.
Yeah. Now that was a good picture. We were actually able, to see a lot more shape of the face and lips and nose.
For real, you could just about tell this wasn't a costume.
Yeah.
I don't remember which show. Maybe it was caught on camera. I don't remember. But I'm bad about when I'm watching that show and others like that. It's not that I'm hating on these shows. I absolutely love them. But I will pause the TV. I will get my phone. I will take a picture. And then I'll zoom. I'll save that one. Then I'll zoom in for more. You could actually see the hair coming up from the eyelashes, up the eyes, and up around. You couldn't see a gap here where you usually see them when they're in costume trying to trick us. You could see that little gap, and you just couldn't see this. And the lips, were fat, puffy. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just so real looking. And I told Michael, I said, out of all the pictures we've seen, I can't debunk this one. I cannot debunk it for nothing. And I tried. I really tried.
I don't know. I'd like to investigate a few sightings.
Right. My friend Laura that sent me that picture going, where she sent me the picture and showed me the cross thing, is like going to South Georgia, close to Macon, a little bit maybe southeast, a little bit from Macon.
Yeah.
But, down from it. I would love to go do that. You guys have
What would
no
you do
idea.
if you were investigating in the woods? You came across a Bigfoot. What would you do?
Try to get
Well,
a
of
clear
course, I
photograph for
wouldn't
one thing.
think to get my
You get my
phone
phone
and
out.
take a picture like Stay right there. Do not move.
Smile.
I mean, flip it around, selfie. Yeah, I'm certainly not going to think about
Come
that.
here, Doug. Let's take a selfie.
Ronnie, can you take a picture of it for me?
You got a Slim Jim, buddy? But I would probably be so stunned. I would just stand there
You'll
and look.
freeze. Yeah.
I believe I would. I do freeze in fear.
Mhm.
I really do. Like if
Just
I'm
normal.
ever keeping anybody's kids, I promise you, if they get hurt, I'm gonna stand there and look at them until I can call for somebody to see about it. I'm a panicker. I panic. I did with my kids. So it takes a minute because I think I was afraid I'd see blood. That is sight of blood.
What really caught my interest in Bigfoot, though, is the theory that I've been reading up on, that they're interdimensional. They travel from dimension to dimension. So they may not be of our time frame or dimension, but they have the ability to go in and out.
Yeah, they could be like the theory I come up with that time. They could be watchdogs for aliens.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many possibilities. And it's because there's not that much evidence, Well, I guess there is, but as far as photo evidence, that's hard to see. That's hard to get. It's one of those things you just have to, I don't know. Just hope if you ever run up on one, you remember to get your cell phone out.
Take a clear picture.
Yes.
Now,
But be your luck though, because it'd be my luck. You take a good picture and then you get ready to see it, somehow it got deleted.
yeah.
For
You know?
real. That'd be like,
You know what I'm saying?
I've got the holy grail of evidence that Bigfoot exists right here.
Where's it at?
Where did it go?
Yeah.
Where did it go? That would so be me.
That'd be me too.
Yes.
I've had evidence over the years that happened to that I've gotten in haunted locations. And then when I went back to the clip, it wasn't there,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
which is interesting.
It really is. I think if, like we'll hear something or something will be going on and then we go back and listen for, well, where's it at?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not even what I was saying before I seen that or heard that.
Yeah. I mean, that's happened to us numerous times over the years. Now, we first got interested in Bigfoot or Sasquatch or Yeti, whatever you want to call it. Here a few years ago, we were investigating a cemetery here in Georgia, and Destiny got a glimpse of what she believed was a Bigfoot.
Well, the story of that is we were going to meet some people and show them Budapest Cemetery in Tallapoosa. And so we ride out there and they met us. They were going to meet us there. And I thought, you know what? I think I'm going to live stream this from our page and let people see it as we're pulling up and then walk around in the cemetery and talk about it a little bit, but I didn't do it. And I wish I had.
Yeah.
Because if I had, you would have been able to see what I saw. We pull up in the cemetery, and just as you go in, there's an archway that you have to walk under to go in. But we pulled in front of that, and I remember looking off in the distance, and I saw something black moving in the trees. And I'm watching it, and I'm trying to figure out what it is. It would like move like this, and you could tell that it was pretty tall because you could tell it was taking long strides as it stepped, because it'd be like, and it would move through the trees, then some trees would block it, and then I would see it come into vision over here. And I am, from the moment I saw this, Michael, look. And he said, no, here, Michael. And he went, I think in his mind, I was telling him to look at our friends that pulled up, because he's looking everywhere except for straight ahead. And I'm like, Michael, look. And then it was gone. But now, when I read that article that my friend Laura sent me about, a lot of Bigfoot sightings were close to railroad tracks. There were railroad tracks back behind there. And because later on while we were there, I heard a train from that direction. So they may be onto something with
Mhm.
that. I'm not
Could-
saying
could
all
be.
Bigfoots, are like hobos and follow the tracks, but I am saying that there seems to be a pattern with some.
Now, I've noticed, from what I've read, looking at the hot spots across the country where Bigfoot has been sighted, is also very highly traveled as far as alien UFOs have been spotted in the same areas, in the same regions. Lots of UFO sightings. So I don't know. I know Destiny come up with this theory that that they could be like guard dogs. And I don't think that's so far fetched to think about.
Yeah. I mean, but for real, if you don't want anybody coming to your home or, messing with your car or something, what do you do? Or your spaceship. You put a fence around it, you put dogs in there. You put dogs in the area. I know we've got 2 dogs that stay outside, JR and Sammy, and they tear my nerves up. They tear up everything when they're out of their cage. Not their cage, their kennel. And let me clarify that. We do not keep our dogs in cages. I had somebody correct me one time I said that. But in the kennel, and they have a very roomy kennel.
Very large kennel.
Very large kennel. With a doghouse that's outside right now of the kennel. But, those dogs just roaming the property, keep people from coming on the property and getting out of their vehicles because they look very ferocious. They sound like they are going to kill you when they bark, but they're little sweet puppy dogs. And, they just sound ferocious. But I think that's exactly what I believe an alien would do if their craft was landed somewhere, in a heavily wooded area in the mountains or somewhere that people don't travel to make sure that nobody comes there. They would probably say, here, Bigfoot, you jump out and you protect this property. You pick up a rock and you throw it at them if they come close to us, or you pick up a log and hit it on a tree, scare them away.
Yeah, exactly.
So that our territory doesn't get invaded, so that we don't get found out. But I mean, it's just a theory. Everybody has one, I guess. That's just mine.
And if they get left behind, they found home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've looked at this, all the areas that Bigfoot has been sighted, say in Alaska, is also the same areas there's been a lot of UFO sightings. The same thing in Utah. There's been a lot of UFO sightings over the deserts in Utah. There's also been a lot of Bigfoot sightings. The same thing came up in the Appalachian Mountains over in the Smoky Mountains. There's been a lot of UFO sightings, and there's also been a lot of Bigfoot sightings. I mean, it's something to think about. I'm not saying, that's what it is, but I'm just saying, I read that and it made me go,
Well, I kept that to myself about seeing that for a long time, except to Michael. And I also told the people that we met what I saw out there, and I noticed both of them through the evening would keep a lookout that way. But finally, one day, if you watched a lot of our podcasts, we had Chris Metcalf on one of our shows, and I told him one day, I said, I want to tell you something, and you're going to think I'm crazy. And then I realized who I was talking to, and I'm like, no, you won't. Because he's into paranormal. He's into cryptids, and he knows a lot about it. And I thought, he's not going to think I'm crazy. But his words were, there have been things seen out there before, other than apparitions or ghostly sounds. And he said he wouldn't doubt it.
But I'm saying, as paranormal investigators, we've been dealing with the paranormal for a lot of years now.
Yeah.
We've always said, even when we talk to clients, you got to maintain an open mind. When it comes to Bigfoot, you've got to maintain an open mind also. Because we don't know.
Right. Now, I even did some Google search to see if black bear had been spotted in the area. Although I highly doubted it was a black bear, but there, there is that possibility because this was upright, and you could tell it was by the strides that it was making. You could tell it was taking long steps, which indicated to me that it had very long legs, based on how the strides were, like Bubba takes big long steps. Bubba's very tall. I have to take about 3 steps to every one if I'm following you around somewhere because my legs are not long. I have little short legs. Giving a shout out to all you fellow shorter people out there. God loves us. But there was sightings close by to that for black bear, but not exactly in that vicinity. It was like 20 to 30 miles away, I believe, was the closest sighting of a black bear. So, I will never know exactly what that was that I saw. I just know I saw it. So did I see Bigfoot? I can't honestly say I did because I'm not sure. I didn't get that clear of a look. Kind of like the visual I had was like the little blurry pictures that people show on Facebook. I just, I just know what I saw.
Now I know, like a grizzly bear, if you wander into a grizzly bear's territory, he will challenge you.
They will eat you.
So that's his territory.
Yeah, he will challenge you. I know this for a fact. I mean, when I was a kid, we used to go up into the mountains in North Carolina all the time. And once in a while, we'd come across a grizzly. And he would chase us. And we'd run down that mountain a lot faster than we went up. And he'd be right on our tails.
From there.
Well, they're fast.
But Bigfoot's been spotted there since the 70s. And I wonder how come nobody ever found a corpse of one.
That's a good question.
Well, if my theory is true, there's good reason for that.
If they're interdimensional, maybe none of them's died here.
Yeah.
Because surely they don't live forever,
No.
Yeah. No. Well, you don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
You really don't know. Or,
everything has an ending to it.
Scientists are finding new life forms all the time. They're finding animals that were said to be extinct. And they're finding them. If I were a Bigfoot, I know for a fact I couldn't go to Walmart or walk in a parking lot or something because being of that species, somebody would trap you. They would test you. And, if these beings have any kind of intelligence, which I don't know, they could, and they may know this, they may think this. So, they're going to stay in wooded areas so nobody finds them.
Well, I think it's safe to say they're primal. They are primal species. Yeah. So they're accustomed to surviving in the wilderness. So they have no urge to come into the cities. They're probably scared of the cities, if they do exist. Because all the vehicles, trucks, cars going through all the time. Sounds, there's all kinds of different sounds. If you go to a big city, you're going to constantly hear some kind of noise, sirens. All the time. And that could be why you don't see any coming into the cities. But
it scares them away.
Scares them away. But all your sightings have been in remote, excluded locations, which makes me think that's where they seem to tend to want to live.
Right.
That's their domain.
Yeah.
They ain't got to worry about nothing bothering them.
Right. But, they've also described, a Bigfoot will take a stick and pound a tree.
Yeah.
So does a grizzly bear.
Really?
Yeah.
I've always heard if you go out in the woods and take a stick and hit the tree several times, you can hear something in the background hitting the tree back, letting them know that they're there,
Yeah.
I ain't never tried that, have y'all?
No, I've never tried it.
Yeah, we need to try it one day.
We'll try that.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, we hit it 3 or 4 times and he's standing right in front of us.
I know.
Yeah.
Michael, take a picture.
Now, the big question is if somebody could get the evidence so we could actually see if they are primate.
Well, like I said, if um, mankind ever captured one, they're going to be taking samples, blood samples.
Yes.
This
Dissecting it.
it would be put through stuff that wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
I've seen those movies; they never turn out well.
Obviously they're very large creatures.
Mhm.
Hence the name Bigfoot, because all the footprints they've ever gotten cast of, been very large
Yeah.
Mhm.
footprints.
I mean, we're talking what, 9, 10 feet tall?
Yeah, at least 9 or 10 foot. Maybe taller. Some of them, I don't know. But yeah, they seem to be very, very large creatures. So a creature that large, you wouldn't think would be able to be that translucent that, nobody could find them, for sure. If there's that many sightings, there has to be quite a few of them.
And to
Yeah.
think we didn't even plan this conversation.
No.
Nope.
I was telling Teresa, I said, well, the person that I wanted on the show can't do it tonight. And I was like, I'll come up with something. I can talk. So, but Michael came
Yep.
up with this. I'm really fascinated with all kind of cryptids. We were doing an investigation once, and you were there. And y'all probably heard this and heard it and heard it. But if you were going to film a movie about a haunted house, this would have been the place to go. Because I promise you, there was a little bit of everything at this residence. It started out with a man that called us, and he was having paranormal activity on his property and in his house. We get there, there's no power to the house except a line ran from a telephone pole inside. So, right off the bat, we're thinking he's squatting, but no, he told us he was remodeling the house. So we don't know. But he had a nice little room set up, had a nice keyboard. He wrote music and, recorded some songs. And we got to listen to the songs. And the rest of the house was just scary as all get out. Downstairs in the basement, there used to be parties going on. There was actually a man killed down there, and when he died, he was hanging halfway in the back door and halfway out. And I decided I wanted to investigate down there alone. That's something Michael never lets me do, but he knows it doesn't do any good to argue with me either. But I was sitting right in front of the camera and, looking on the back walls, maybe about 10 minutes in to my session, there was something maybe about this tall. And if it was a rat, it was the biggest rat I've ever seen. But upright, that thing ran against the back wall. It could have been a rat, a wolf. I don't
Wolf
know.
rat.
Yeah,
Wolf
yeah.
rat.
Wolf rat.
Yeah.
I know they get pretty big. I've seen pictures, but I don't know what that was. So whatever it was, it really was about that tall. I don't remember if y'all got it on camera or not.
I
Been so long
don't,
ago.
I don't remember.
I don't,
This guy, let me tell you, like it was cold. It was December.
it was freezing.
It was North Georgia, and North Georgia's a lot cooler than we are here in Midwest Georgia. So Ronnie had brought a gas heater and had it set on back of his truck, and we would go out there and get warm. Then we'd go back to investigating. Um, with no bathroom in the house, the men were pretty much going outside, and my daughter was with us. My daughter Lynn was with us, and she and I would do it old fashioned. We would step way away, but the guys said that every time they would just see him in the house, and as soon as they were outside, either using the bathroom or just talking or out by the heater, this guy would just appear beside them
Yeah.
out of
Sure
nowhere.
would.
Out of nowhere,
Yeah.
just appear. Like he was some kind of magic or something. And me and my daughter were out and outside at one point, and actually we heard him talking to one of you guys. Then the next thing we know, we turn around and there he is in our face.
Yeah.
That was scary. But we ended the night with a good house cleansing. Keep in mind, it was so cold, our teeth were chattering. I believe it was below zero, maybe a little bit before, the investigation was over. After the house cleansing there, we opened the front door and left the front door open. The sky had cleared up. It wasn't cold anymore.
Temperature had gone up.
It really did. The temperature went up. So that's never happened to us since on an investigation, and it had never happened before. But it really felt like springtime outside, and it was such cold. We were shivering the whole time.
Yeah, during the investigation, it was cold. It was cold enough that Ronnie had brought a heater and put it on the back of his truck.
Yeah.
And we were going out there standing underneath this heater. It's like a patio heater.
Huddling up on those. One of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after everything was said and done, we ended up turning the heater off because we didn't need it no more.
Yeah.
Oh, my little brother's watching. Hey, Jimmy. Good to see you on.
But yeah, that was an interesting investigation.
Come back to see me. I miss you.
That was interesting from the time we got there to the time we left.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it was interesting.
It was just the four of us
Scary.
that went. It was Lynn,
Me,
Bubba,
y'all too.
myself, and Michael. And we did an EVP session down in a dark room. I mean,
Yeah.
It was a horrible looking room. It was dungeony like. That's the feel you got, like in a dungeon. And Michael and I didn't see, but behind our backs, he had propped a shovel up against the door. It was pitch dark in this room. No window, no nothing. And it's probably 1:00 in the morning. And we never saw that. And we're doing an EVP session. We're using the it was the 7 because we didn't have the
We were using the SB7.
yeah, we didn't have the 11 then. It hadn't
No.
came out. This has been a long time ago. And he actually took the spirit box. I mean, then we went to the spirit box.
Yeah.
Okay, with the spirit box, he took it, literally took it from me, best I remember, or Michael. But he ended up with it in his hand, and he was like asking this thing back to back questions. And so this went on for nearly an hour. And I'm thinking, well, how do I do this? By this time, Michael went to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here thinking, how do I get this back from him without being rude? And, I'm glad that I didn't say anything or try, because when I started to go out the door was barricaded with that shovel. And he looked at us with a little grin and said, "Oh, I'll have to move that for you." And I'm like, "Please do."
Huh.
It was really scary.
It was.
Lynn and Ronnie were watching us on camera though down there, so it wasn't like we were in there. And I'm thinking they saw him put the shovel up, and I'm thinking, y'all actually saw this man barricade us in that room, and he is closer to the door than we are, and you didn't feel like there was a problem.
Well, we was upstairs, downstairs too, So,
Yeah, but y'all were watching.
We was watching.
So if the man had decided he wanted to beat us with a shovel, they would have watched us. At least they'd have been watching. No, I'm just playing. Oh, it really was.
We would have been down there. That's for sure.
It really was the most creepiest, but there is so much more to the story. But it would take all night.
What you saying about we've gone on a lot of those very interesting investigations over the years.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, when you really think back on it, there's been so many, and I was trying to remember. The other day, I was talking to Laura on the phone, and I said, we were talking about South Georgia Perry, and she was talking about the state fair, whatever it is in Perry, Georgia. And I said, I've been to Perry. And I said, I don't remember where we were going, but it was Michael and I driving our car, and you and Deanna were following us, and we went through Plains, Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember where we were going. I don't remember the investigation. I just remember we were going to do one. I just don't remember where we were going. I remember us stopping at a store,
Mhm.
and they had all kind of peanut candy and stuff. Little convenience store.
When we went to that jail down there,
I don't think we didn't go through Plain store to go into
not Paulding Jail, but
the
Crime and Punishment
Yeah.
Museum.
yeah the Turner County Jail.
Yeah.
I don't think we went through Plains going there.
No,
That's
I have no idea.
I don't know, but I remember us doing that, and I don't remember the investigation. And it's not like me to remember everything. I remember the motel we stayed in. I remember going down the hall. I remember one time we were out in the parking lot. Um, I think our other two investigators, the husband and wife team that we had,
Mm-hmm.
that decided that this wasn't for them anymore, they were with us. And I won't call their names
Mm-hmm.
um, out of respect for them and their decisions, but they were with us. And I remember driving to a Dollar General,
Yeah.
aka Dollar General. But I don't remember the investigation, and those are the only memories I have of being there.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the married couple. They did leave when we was at the Crime and Punishment Museum because they said they didn't like it and it was too haunted for them.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what you're talking about or not. I don't know.
Mm-mm.
But that's the only one I know of.
Yeah. Well, again, we do definitely want you guys to come to Deep South Paracomic Con. Jeremy Leonard will be there, Lee Triana Brown. Um, the list goes on. Bill Perry. Go to Deep South Paracomic Con and like that page on Facebook. You'll see all the many great people that's going to be there. I would have to look it up on my phone to remember everything, but I do know, and I've seen clips and pictures, and I'm telling you right now, there's going to be some of the best food there you've ever seen in your life.
Absolutely.
You know, I've seen pictures, I've heard rumors, and awesome other vendors.
Mhm.
Oh, I can't wait. I think that's my favorite part of a Paracon is going to the vendor tables.
Oh yeah, I like to go. I like to
Yes.
visit all the vendor tables.
I do too.
Sometimes we come across something we won't.
Yeah.
Oh, we always leave with a bundle of something
Yeah, a bundle
from
of something.
somewhere,
But,
if not half the vendors that are there.
Last time we went, Michael got something permanently on his arm right here.
Yeah,
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 he
yeah.
did.
That Fox. I don't know if you
if
can see it or not.
I'll have to break your arm to put it up there. Ta-da!
Yeah.
It is a fox. It's colored in, and the eye color, I don't know if you can see it, but was designed to match my eye color.
Yeah.
So this fox on his arm has my eyes.
Yep.
Matter of fact, the tattoo on your leg has my eyes. Your dragon.
We did.
We're not gonna pull that leg up here.
Yeah.
That's just a
the
little
dragon.
much.
That's my dragon. Yeah, it had your eye color.
Yeah, we're not gonna pull that leg up here.
Yeah.
But also, not only Deep South Paracomic Con, 2 weeks later, we'll be at the Warren Seekers of the Paranormal Paracon, and it's going to be in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. You guys make plans to attend that. I know probably half the world is going to be there. We're going to be there. Be sure to stop by our table. If you guys are not able to come to Deep South Paracomic Con, again, we will have a haunted object from the TV show Repossessed. Season 1, episode 2, so you don't want to miss that. And we are looking forward to it to see a lot of our friends that we don't get to see a lot. And I am so excited. But that is Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And that date is September the 28th and the 29th. So we'll be there both days. So you guys don't want to miss that one either. 2 great Paracons just about back to back. And both of them are worth your time to go visit. If you're right here in the South, you've got to go to Deep South. You won't regret it. This event is the South's event of the year. Stan and Teresa Fikes do a good job with this Paracon. And it's bigger every year and better every
It's awesome.
year.
It's a good Paracon. We've been to a lot of Paracons.
Yes, and at the end of the first Paracon, that we did that, and it was their very first. We've been there every year.
Yes.
We represent not only Fox Paranormal, but also Stan is our producer right here on the Web Radio Network. And so, we represent them as well as having our podcast under them. So, we're very pleased about being able to represent them and Fox Paranormal, our team.
Besides Stan and I, we think we're related.
Yeah, I think you are.
Yeah.
I think we need a
So
blood
so
test.
it's a family thing too.
Yes, we need a blood test. Yes.
And
And it could
ancestry.com.
be. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't made the connection yet, but there is one. If you've ever met somebody and you're like, there is such a connection with this person. Sometimes it's not blood that makes the connection. Sometimes it's that spirit
Yeah.
connection, because I have people that I make that spiritual connection with, and it's just there,
Yeah,
you can
but
feel
we
it.
both have the same family name.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
one family name
Yeah.
on both sides.
Stan Fikes Fox. That makes, yeah.
No, I'm not talking about that.
Okay. But our time is up for tonight, but we are going to be giving away, and I didn't bring it up earlier tonight because, we didn't get a chance to share it around. I had the kids to cook for, and we were rushing, and invited Big Ronnie Brett to come be with us on the show. And I hope you guys enjoyed him being with us. It's just, this is the first one, and we hope you get to do many more.
I tell you what, Ronnie is it's unbelievable when you take him on an investigation. He will have you laughing so hard sometimes.
He will.
Yes.
The best debunker in the world.
Definitely.
He will spend an hour trying to debunk something that happened over a 2-second span to try to prove or disprove it.
That's my nature.
That's what he does.
Yeah.
That's what he does. He's like, well, I don't know about this right here. Let me see. And, after he ponders on it and he looks at it for a while and he listens to it back, or he rewinds it and watches it, he'll say, well, I can't explain this. This is paranormal. I can't explain it. Or if he can't explain it, he'll say, hold up, guys, hold up. This is what it was right here. And it wouldn't be paranormal. So, we value him. We
Yeah.
really
To give you an
do.
example, we saw an image on a window one day, and we were trying to figure out what this image coming from. But come to find out, after doing some investigation, she had a game sitting on a little shelf, and the game had a reflection, was reflecting on that window.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, he spent a lot of time debunking that. But we're not going to talk about other windows that you investigated.
Yeah.
I even
Bring
clean
that up.
windows. So
We have been at a client's house, and because that smudge is throwing me off, when I look in here, I look down here at the monitor. That's all I say. He'll say, "Y'all got Windex?" He'll get the Windex, a paper
Okay.
towel,
I started
and go
cleaning it.
clean the windows. But anyway,
I want to give one second for my pet peeve of the month. Is some of these shows you see, they have these individuals that speak and give them their opinion, and they'll flash under their pictures as paranormal expert. And they're only like 22 years old. My K2's 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Michael,
You know,
you don't mean that. Don't pay him.
I mean, good Lord.
But I
It's
know
nice,
expert. We've been doing this for a very, very long time, and there's still stuff I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff.
And I
we don't know.
imagine, when I pass away, I'm gonna leave this world not knowing everything. So I'll have to, y'all get the portal out. I'll tell you all about it when I get there. I'll let you know what it's all about. But don't forget Deep South Paracomic-Con. Check out their page and go to their website and purchase a ticket.
Yes.
And then later on, when I get more details about these tickets that we, Fox Paranormal, Michael, Destiny, and Ronnie, are going to be giving away, you're going to be the first to know. So if you want a chance to win a ticket, only one per family. Like if you've got 15 kids and, mom and daddy and grandma lives there, that household can only win one ticket. So, I'm sorry about that. I didn't make the rules. But listen, that would save you money right there. you would be able to afford to bring the rest of the family if you won one ticket.
Or come by yourself, whichever you choose.
Absolutely. Come hang out with us. We'll
Yeah.
pull you a chair up and let's sit down, sit a spell. Keep
Is
your shoes
that-
off.
Yeah.
Is that age
Well, I
requirement?
don't know.
We'll show you some good
The
old
age
Southern
requirement?
hospitality.
It's probably going to be 18 and above,
18
but
and
I will
up.
have to check. But if it is somebody under 18 and you'd like to go, you know, get a parent for sure to enter you in. But I'll have more details on that in the next couple of days and tell you how you can win a pass to get into Deep South Paracomic-Con and see all the amazing people that are going to be there. It's going to be
It's gonna be
extraordinary.
huge.
Oh yes, I'm gonna be hardly ever at the table. Probably.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be running around. Also, we're 5 minutes over. Let me tell you this real quick. Also, Michael and I will be renewing our vows, and a lot of things are going to happen there. So you guys don't want to miss it. If y'all want to see me nab Michael yet again, number 2, you got to be there. Special invitation, y'all.
Yep.
Special invitation to all our fans and friends and family.
And then we got the reception.
Yeah, for the wedding party.
Wedding
I think
party.
It's just for the wedding party. But who knows? We might give you a glass of champagne. You never know. But anyway, till next week, guys. I think Teresa and I will be doing a podcast interviewing someone from Deep South Paracomic-Con tomorrow night. So be sure to tune in on the Deep South Paracomic-Con page for the podcast and any other news.
Mhm.
New things are happening. You never know what Stan and Teresa might throw in there next. You don't want to miss it. Till next week, guys. Peace and love.
Peace and love, guys. We love you guys.